Good afternoon and welcome to Table Talk on 802 Scoop, located at 185 North Main Street in Barrie. It's a beautiful day. I love all of the sunshine. It's just amazing, really. I'm looking forward to a week of, yes, nice sunshine, but also I really wish there would be a little bit of rain. Not gonna lie, what we got the other day was super, super helpful, but still not enough.
No,
not even close. All my switches are wrong. All of my stuff is wrong. So hopefully we're on Facebook now. One of my biggest pet peeves is to come in to this studio and have everything a disaster. And that's what we walked into today.
technical difficulties?
Pisses me off. Technical difficulties, but the table is moved, shoved behind the chair over there, not put back where it belongs. The microphones are all tangled up. The board is all screwed up, left where it shouldn't be. You know, all of this stuff is just wrong. And then the Barrie Beat thing is, and it's up there again. I can't get rid of this stupid thing. We're not Barrie Beat, we're 802 Scoop. But, you know, all these things just get left and not put back, and it drives me insane because then I get flustered. And I'm used to just rolling in here. 10,
on
15
two wheels.
minutes to go, on two wheels, 10, 15 minutes to go, and going and everything. But when people don't put shit back where it belongs and do what they're supposed to, annoying as hell to me. Yeah, it makes me super flustered.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, and then it, you know, hopefully doesn't set the tone for the whole day, which, you know, I'll try my hardest. But let's kick things off with the inside scoop that we were able to get first knowledge right out of the gate from BADC. Steve called Michael right away this morning and let him know that the campaign to buy and transform the old 143 North Main Street building, the old J.J. Newberry building, just got a deadline extension, and they are down to the last $25,000. The original amount asked for was $1.1 million. The new deal is $810,000. And there's a new window, a little more time to cross the finish line. If they hit their target, the city takes ownership and plans to kick off for multi-story housing right in the heart of downtown, including senior, workforce, and affordable units. It's been an eyesore for 15 plus years now, and this is the closest the city has ever been to turning the page. And then, of course, the link for donating more money or money altogether if you haven't yet and would like to still be able to donate and make this push over the line. They, of course, would be just ecstatic if you did that for them. So that's the scoop with that. What are your thoughts?
Well, I think it's a good move. I think the ownership really does want to get rid of that building. It's got to go. I mean, it can't sit there and rot any longer. It's got to be, because we'll take it down. You know, it'll be taken down, and it'll be a green space for a while. But once it's out of there, I think they won't have a problem finding a buyer. Yeah.
Yep. Which, I mean, it would be great if they didn't have to wait long for that to have happen. And I think that most developers, and I'm not positive, but I think that most developers would even you know, want to hear community suggestions and know what we're looking for.
Yeah.
Because they want to fill it up once they've spent all that money investing in it. So we'll see how it goes. It's pretty exciting news, I think.
I do too.
Yeah, I mean, it's a gross building. It's been there for a long time, and it just doesn't seem like we should be keeping it around much longer.
We need a nice new building, you know, with some, you know, affordable apartments up above, office space up above. It's right in the center of Main Street, and it's just the ugliest thing right now.
Yeah, and we know, like a lot of people, they come right out of the chute. It's going to be low income, and it's going to be downtown, and more crime downtown, more criminals downtown. Right out of the chute, that's the thought, but that isn't what they're talking about at all. They're talking about housing for seniors and the workforce, and you know, working families that haven't found a home, or would rather or choose to live in an apartment, because some people do choose that. They would rather live in an apartment than own a home and have to deal with the taxes and everything else that come along with it. And so,
And the maintenance, mowing, and you know, upkeep.
Exactly. And so it doesn't necessarily mean that just because this is coming into the city and they say, you know, that they're using it for, and I don't even know that they call it low income. They just call it
Affordable.
affordable. Yeah, affordable, which is what everybody has been screaming for, is affordability. And so, or the majority of the people are screaming for affordability until you say it out loud, and then they're like, nope, don't want it. Not in my community. And so it's got to go somewhere.
Yeah.
And, you know, people are saying, what about on the outskirts? There are housing units on the outskirts, Highgate's on the outskirts, Allen Street, Green Acres is on the outskirts. So there are plenty of places already, but we need something downtown, especially a place I mean, I would love it to be 65 and older, and let people in the Barry Manor that originally went there for that intent to be able to move out of there and move someplace like this. They shouldn't be trapped down there at the manor.
Biggest mistake the feds made was switching the means of moving into that building when they opened it up to
HUD.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My grandmother lived there, and she had a really nice little apartment. She loved it there.
Yeah. And now there are many older people that absolutely hate it there. They're scared to death to be there.
At both Tilden and North Barry Manor.
Yeah, things have changed. So I would love to see that, really. And another thing that I learned when we were talking about this building and what to do with the space that we're in and how to rent that out and what things would look like. I didn't realize there couldn't be apartments down here on the first floor on main level. One, it's not deep enough. So the storefront has to remain the storefront. It can only be housing, and so it's not deep enough to accommodate the allowed storefront and housing. If it was deep enough, they could put an apartment. We could put an apartment in the back, or Jen could, but it's not. And so there are rules to that where whatever is on the Main Street level would be, you know, storefront or
retail
or some sort of retail or business of some sort. It could be an insurance agent for all we know, but that is what has to maintain. Because I'm guessing that the Newberry building isn't deeper than this space. Maybe it is.
No, it's about the same, I think.
But that's what I think too. Yeah. So, but yeah, that's the rules about that. Which I didn't, like I said, I didn't know that until I said something to Jen, and she said we can't. You have to have a certain number of feet. So.
Well, then, you know, with the news a couple of weeks ago, then there'll be another empty building right next door with the Wheelock building.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate
Yeah.
that's going to take place. And hopefully somebody will rent it quickly,
Yeah.
and something cool will go in there. Who knows? We never know. Good afternoon, Glenn. It's good to see you. Glenn took a little Facebook break for a little bit, which I think that everybody does.
Yeah.
I think that everybody just says, you know what, I can't deal with that shit anymore. There's so much drama and aggressiveness, and I think that everybody takes that breather. I know that I wish I could sometimes. I wish I could just say, okay, I'm not going to, post or deal with it or do any of that for a couple of days.
Yeah.
But it doesn't work with what I do.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of stuck here. But I do take a break from all the other pages I manage, and there's a lot of them. I manage not only 802 Scoop, but 16 pages total. And it can be a lot sometimes.
Yeah.
I'm literally online all day, every day, from like 4:30 in the morning till 11:30 at night. It's insane. Yeah. I'm sitting at the doctor's at an appointment, and my phone's going ding, ding, ding,
Yeah.
ding. Yeah. So I definitely shut it off when I'm in there, but that's the quickest break I can take. Yeah. Did you have a good weekend?
I did.
Good Labor Day weekend?
I did.
All that good stuff?
Yep. I actually went up. Keegan had a game up in Essex. Now he's playing fall baseball. So went up and watched that, and we went out to eat. And it was all right.
Good stuff.
At least it wasn't raining. So.
Right. The weather was nice.
Yeah.
We've had some.
Yeah, they didn't play Saturday because it rained, so they moved the game to Sunday. And that complex they have up in Essex, where they have the swimming pool, and then all that acreage behind it is all like playground, and there's like 2 or 3 baseball fields, a football field for youth sports. It's unbelievable.
Wow. Where is that?
Right in Essex Junction.
Oh, over at the high school?
No,
No?
it's the town recreation area.
Oh. My sister lives, or the school, I believe it's the high school, sits kind of like across the field behind her home.
Yeah.
So she can see the field. She can a lot of times hear
Yep.
everything going on over there. It's kind of like here with Thunder Road. Some nights you hear it really well, and other nights you don't. And they had, there's always games and stuff going on over there as well.
Yep.
So a lot of soccer I see. Williamstown is playing their first home game tonight. I think it was against Twinfield, if I remember correctly. But they're playing their first, the Payne Mountain
Yep.
varsity girls soccer tonight. So good luck to all of them.
Yeah, all the fall sports have started. I see Spalding had a football game Friday night down in Pulteney, and I guess they won 32 or 39-7, something like that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Nice start.
good start.
Yeah, for sure. And if you can, I always tell everybody, if you can, get out to a game, even
Yeah.
if you're sitting in your car, courtside, roadside, whatever.
Well, if you're
watching
courtside in a car, you're in trouble.
Well, not courtside, but field side. Yeah, we better say field side.
Yeah, we don't want people
But,
driving into buildings.
Yeah, if you're there and you're doing, just to attend and show them
Yeah.
the support. It's a big deal to the kids. It's
It
a
is.
really big deal
Yeah.
when they see a lot of community support, and parents bring your kids to see their classmates play, or
Taking a,
drop
like
them
a,
off,
a night football game. Spalding has some night games. And,
Yeah,
it's-
which is cool. Oh, want to talk about this amazing letter from Chief
Yeah,
Vale?
certainly.
I mean, it gave me goosebumps when I read it, not going to lie. It made me pissed for them. It made me pissed.
Yeah.
But it gave me goosebumps to know that, he's speaking out, and I'm sure that he's speaking out after a long, long time of a lot of bullshit. And it's good. We need more of that. We need more honesty. We need the community to know this is the kind of shit that's happening every day,
Yeah.
all day. This isn't just, a one-time thing. I talk to Barb all the time. I have a scanner, you have a scanner. Barb's got her scanner on, and constantly she's saying the amount of stuff they go through on a daily basis is insane.
Yeah.
Kudos to him for speaking up, speaking out about it. I wish it could have happened a little sooner.
Yeah, so do I.
I really do. I think that, we've lost some really good officers in the meantime because of this same sort of bullshit. And either they chose to leave or they didn't. And so I wish it had come a little sooner, but better late than never,
Yeah.
I guess. And,
now if other chiefs would stand up.
stand up, all of the chiefs, yes, come out together and really rally together. And then the community, which has happened on the post, I shared it to 802 Scoop, and then I shared it all over. And the amount of support that has come out, and the people having good conversations right now about his post is pretty awesome. And so for those that have not read the post, it says it's an op-ed that Chief Vail did, and it says the criminal justice system at a glance. In the Times-Argus article, Barry Mann settles multiple criminal cases with a plea agreement dated August 1st, 2025. It reads, the state agreed to dismiss a felony count of embezzlement, a felony count of forgery, a felony count of first-degree aggravated domestic assault with a deadly weapon, and a felony count of impeding a public officer, as well as misdemeanor counts of criminal threatening, a second misdemeanor count of simple assault on a protected professional, and a misdemeanor count of resisting arrest. The state also amended a felony count of first-degree aggravated domestic assault to a misdemeanor attempted simple assault by menace. This man's defense attorney said in his conversations with him, it's clear that he's taken full responsibility for these convictions and is committed to taking advantage of the support outlined in the plea agreement. All these dismissals and amendments resulted in a sentence of 90 days to 3 years, all suspended except for 36 days to serve with credit for time served and be placed on probation for 4 years. Vermont statute annotated Title 28 S 200. Purpose of probation reads, it is the policy of this state that the purpose of probation is to rehabilitate offenders, reduce the risk that they will commit a subsequent offense, and protect the safety of the victims and the community. In simpler words, it's a rehabilitative and not punitive. Recently, Barry City officers responded to a problematic residence as information was learned that this aforementioned violent individual who had received such a sweet deal from the state, as he clearly took full accountability for his actions, in parentheses, as a ha-ha, had an active arrest warrant and was inside the residence. The warrant was issued in part due to 4 counts of violation of probation with a bail of $750. When officers attempted to take him into custody, he fought the officers for several minutes. The officers appropriately followed the use of force continuum and utilized their training and tools at their disposal. Unfortunately, one of the officers subsequently suffered a broken hand and may require surgery. He will now be out of work 4 to 6 weeks at a minimum, having an adverse impact on an already short-staffed department. As a result of this incident, the second time he violently fought with officers within a few months, by the way, this rehabilitated gentleman, again in parentheses, quotations that time, is now being charged with impeding public officers, assault on an officer, and resisting arrest. More felonies, which hopefully aren't reduced to misdemeanors or even dismissed. When offenders are not held accountable to the criminal justice system and or are released on conditions which they often violate without appropriate consequence, it lends to the theory that if the certainty of punishment is zero, then the associated fear is also zero. Inasmuch assaults on police officers or other members of the community inevitably become more prevalent. One of my officers recently describing this situation commented, "We are running out of police officers. Those who remain are overburdened, burnt out, injured, and have given far too much of themselves to a state, county, and community that has forgotten the meaning of justice and accountability. A state, county, and community that lets the minority rule over the majority." Sadly, I agree. It is time, past time, for the criminal justice system to hold offenders more accountable for their offenses. The views and opinions expressed are my own and may not necessarily represent the views and opinions of the Berry City Police Department or the City of Berry. Brad Vail, Chief of Police, Berry City Police Department. Good for him.
Yeah.
Good for him for saying it, and I agree with the officer that spoke out too, or made the comment. I mean, how right is he?
He's
He's
right
dead
on.
on.
He's dead on. Yeah.
He's dead on, and
This has been going on for months, if not years.
years, really.
Right.
Yeah, at least since COVID era, I really believe that that's when, because they weren't sending more people to jail. They were trying not to do that because they're just trying to stop the virus, right? And maybe even a little before that, but that certainly escalated that happening.
Yeah.
And then, and then we started having the housing crisis, and all of these other things came into play, and more domestic violence during that time, and more crime in general in that time. And it just totally got out of hand. And unfortunately, who had been elected maybe the year or even a couple of years prior to all of that, it just made it even worse.
Yeah.
And that's the way it is. It is 100% political, whether you want it to be or not. It's who's sitting in Montpelier making up these hand-slapping rules and laws and saying, we're going to reduce this and we're going to eliminate that. And, if we be good to them. And I think, like me, like you, we've said it, we're done with holding the hand and putting the roof over the head and the food in the mouth and rocking you in the chair like a baby and holding your hand, because that has gotten nobody we've gotten nowhere. We've gotten worse and worse and worse by the day, really.
These state's attorneys are just, it's a joke. Like all of that, reducing everything to misdemeanors. I mean, that's just insane.
Yeah. And I don't know, is it all, is it the state's attorney here that's making those calls? And then, of course, the deputy state's attorneys go by what they're told, kind of like the police department answers to the chief kind of thing. Or is the state's attorney doing what she can within the parameters of what laws have been created? I don't know. I think that we need to know. I think we need to dig deeper. I think we need to know who really, think about who really is the problem here, and really think about it when it comes time to vote again.
Yeah.
Because we're not getting anywhere. And
we're not getting anywhere. We're going backwards.
We are going backwards, and more people every day. You hear that they want to move out of here. They want they're all done. They just can't do it anymore. People used to move here because it was a safe community. They wanted their kids to grow up here. The schools, all of it.
Yeah.
And even with that, you know, we talk about new career center and the building of that. But then when you look at the stats of how many kids actually go to high school or school around here
Yeah.
anymore, it's so small. You know, people are going, are you freaking kidding me? It just seems like a lot.
Yeah.
And
You know, when I saw the numbers, you know, the number of students that go to Spalding High School now. I mean, when I went to Spalding High School, we had almost 300 kids in every class. And now you go, what, 700, 800
And you
total?
have to believe that that's not, you know, it's not totally just because that, you know, yes, I agree. Families don't have as many kids anymore.
Right.
And things. I do agree with that. But I also think that we're pushing people away between, well, one, it's unaffordable. People just can't afford to be here. And then many people just don't want to be here. It doesn't feel like the place where, you know, you're so community driven and strong anymore, where you feel like, yes, that's where I really want to be. I mean, is it still home to me? Absolutely, it always will be. But even for me, just the divisiveness alone over the last 5 years has really, it's changed me. It has changed my attitude, who I am. You know, I think that I'm far bitchier than I've ever been. And just because I'm just sick of it all. I'm tired of it all. And I'm tired of being the majority, but having to act the minority
Yeah.
just because we can't all come together and speak louder than the minority. And that's what it boils down to for me, is we just need to start being loud. We need to start like just coming back out and saying, putting our foot down and saying, we're not going to deal with this anymore.
Yeah.
And I don't know how we get there. You know, when you look at the voter numbers, you and I have talked about this before.
Yep.
The voter count is disgustingly low.
When you have
But when you
between
go on-
500 and 600 people showing up to town meeting.
Yeah, but then you go to a Facebook post and you see all the comments and you see the people rah rah rah. Where are those same people come voting day or sign wave day, or when it comes time to helping those that need to get elected and want to get elected get into office? You know what? We need the help of everyone in order to make this change, or it's just not going to.
Yeah.
We're going to stay right in this shithole that we're in, which is what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's time to flush.
Yeah.
I mean,
And it's,
that's
you
as
know,
nice as I can put it.
I don't know what the issue is with corrections, but, you know, they used to have work crews, you know, and they'd send a,
Well, they're not allowed to anymore. That's
Right.
a state thing.
Right.
That's the golden dome right there.
and that's where, you know, they used to get a lot of stuff done. You know, road work, they put people out working.
Yep.
Geez, when I first started with the city back in 2007, we had a work crew come in, because when I first started, the very first thing we did, we were rehabbing the bathhouse at the pool, fixing it up.
Yep.
And I had a crew for like 2 or 3 weeks from St. Johnsbury.
Yeah.
They came down with 2 or 3 guards and a van full of guys.
Yeah, they don't do that anymore.
No.
I think they do work crew on site, and then they do it right there in the, like, the community,
Yeah.
right there in St. J. But as far as I know, they don't go out into the public at all anymore.
No. Montpelier had them. That's how Montpelier had their cemeteries mowed. They'd have a crew come in once a week and
My
mow.
microphone's falling apart.
I bet Michael sabotaged it. Ooh.
He probably did. He did something to it. I'm going to blame Michael, because my microphone literally just fell apart as we were talking. And I have no clue how to get it back together, because I'm blinder than a bat. So it is what it is. It's not staying on me. But yeah, it's really unfortunate, and somehow we gotta come together and figure it out. We gotta be there for each other, for sure. And hopefully people start rallying around our force and letting them know just how important they are.
Yes.
Because Otherwise, I feel like we're going to lose more. We're going to, officers are going to start going somewhere else, or just saying this isn't worth it anymore.
Right.
Not for the kind of money they make, because let's face it, they don't make really great money.
No, not for what they do.
No, I think, I think there are even some, not that I'm, shitting on teachers, but I think there are some teachers that make more money than our law enforcement officers, and they don't deal with nearly the, not anywhere close to the safety issues. So, yeah. Who's giving you a hard time?
McGowan.
McGowan.
Yeah.
I miss McGowan. He's such a great guy.
Have the city vote to bring McGowan back.
I would love if the
James
city...
he's one of my buddies.
I would love for the city to vote to get McGowan back.
Yeah.
An amazing officer,
Yeah.
to say the least. Always out there with the kids.
Yep.
He was always...
Remember seeing the pictures in the paper when we were during that heat wave, and he was
running through the
when they
water.
had the hydrants open, and he was right in there playing around. And,
Yep, or playing ball when it was 90
Yep.
degrees, But more importantly than that, I think that, or just as important as what he did for the kids, is his connections in the community and the way he dealt with people in situations. And
John Houle. John's another one that he left. Mm-hmm. He's in Berlin now.
Yeah, and it's frightening to think that
These are
we
good
could lose
police
more.
officers.
Yeah, they are good police officers, and it's a true loss. It's a huge loss, and it's
And I know we're down
Pisses
in
me
numbers, and then they've shown that I think there's maybe 4 new people, but they aren't going to be street ready for months, close to a year before they're street ready.
yeah, not good at all.
When election time comes around, look hard at who's running for state's attorney, district attorney, whatever. We need someone that's going to stand up in there and say, this is the way it's going to be.
Right, and maybe there are other things that we need to be thinking about. We have some city officials that are coming up as well. We have a couple of council seats that are coming up, and I listen every week, and I know that right now there are a couple of counselors that I'm going, okay, they want to keep things just as they have been already, and but they need to change. So what are we going to do about that? They want to continue the hand holding, and so we have to think about that too. Local matters just as much as state, and we got to get our shit together.
Yeah.
Big time. It is not good. Yeah.
We're investing a lot in the city. We've got to go ahead on the apartment building down on Seminary Street. We're going to be looking at the one down at Wabi Park. Prospect Heights is a go. We're going to be expanding here, and we need...
Which we need to do.
Yeah.
I mean, we absolutely do need to do that. We hear every day how badly we need housing. And so we do need to do that, but how, I'm really trying hard to fix my microphone, and I just don't think it's going to work. But, oh well. I'll just have to hold the damn thing. I tell ya. The things I have to put up around here.
I know.
Put up with all this shit.
You got to follow that guy that comes in before you.
Oh my God. Yeah. Yeah, and Debbie Karen says you need to also see who is in Montpelier, this time too,
Yep.
come election time.
Yep.
And Glenn Brummer says we need people who are going to worry more about the police officers than they do about the criminals. Absolutely, without question. We've got a lot of work to do, and I wonder how could we get McGowan back? Is that even like, could we do that? I mean, we should really find out about if that could be done.
Yeah.
In a thing to do. I mean, yeah.
You know, I don't know how that whole system works.
I don't know
Their
either.
panels and
I don't know how it works either, but damn, I know a lot of people that
know
would
that-
back that up, though. I mean,
I know that they're
Just the
held to a
original.
higher standard than, like
Yeah.
a street department guy or
yeah. Which is
Facilities
but
guy.
when we talk about this stuff, it's hard to talk about that because, damn it, how much are they supposed to take? And then you put somebody like McGowan or other officers that are in a situation, they're on their own, they don't have backup yet, they've, their radio's now been knocked off of their body, they're literally going into something all on their own while they're waiting for officers that almost don't exist because we're short-staffed, or officers that are in that short-staffed are dealing with something else and it takes a while. What the hell are they supposed to do?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, you see what it's like here. Just imagine what it's like being an officer in Burlington.
No, I can't even. Nope. Or in other bigger cities or anything.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine. But that's what we're going to become if we continue to allow this shit.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna be the next in line that people are. We're going to be having the same exact problems if we continue to allow this crap.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we need to put our foot down quick. But
Well, thanks, Chief, for writing the letter and getting
it out
I think you're going to get the ball rolling. That's
absolutely. We really need to. Council meeting tonight.
yeah.
What you got going on?
Nothing as exciting as that. But,
Nothing yet. Well, in what could be, right?
right.
It's I think you're going to work on more grant stuff,
Yep.
which will be
I
pretty
think
much
we've-
the main focus for a while.
Which was good. Nicholas did a great job putting together a request. Mm-hmm. I know Amanda helped him a lot, and Nicholas got some feedback from some state people and tweaked a few things, and I think we got a darn good shot at getting what we want.
And it was brought to my attention this morning, too, that there's going to be another community meeting, and I'll be posting that up after this show, that there's going to be another community meeting, and that one's going to be held right at City Hall. And the only thing with that is that the advertisement that was in the Front Porch Forum for it, I hadn't seen it published anywhere else. We'd only so far seen it in Front Porch Forum, so I'll make sure to get it out there. But someone sent it to me this morning, as people send me all kinds of stuff all the time, and said, why no Zoom option for this? And so I would assume if it's in City Hall that there'll be a Zoom option.
Should be, yeah.
But if there's not, it's okay, because Michael and I will be there and we'll go live just
Yeah.
like we have been. And people can ask their questions that they need to, and one of us will ask the question for them, try to get them whatever answers that they need.
Yeah.
So, but I believe that if it's in City Hall like that, there'll be a Zoom option, and it was probably just inadvertently left out of the information. But as it gets closer, we can certainly ask tonight. During council meeting, during visitors and communications.
Yep.
If you have these questions, that's the time to jump in and ask. If you're, you don't have to be there in person. You can be on Zoom, and even if that's all you attend is just that portion, if that's what you want to do, you can get your questions answered during that time, as long as it's not something that's already on the agenda.
Right.
If it's already on the agenda, you have to wait for that item to come up before you can speak. But if something is totally off topic, that's the time to bring it up. Yeah. Linda Kuchar says, Linda Otis Kuchar, because there is also a Linda Kuchar. I was told the legislation needs to change the laws that the judges have to follow. And I agree with that 100%. And she says that Chief Bill's op-ed was awesome. I agree with that. It's really the stuff in Montpelier that's got to change, or everybody is in a box, a really small one, and beaten like hell to get out.
Yeah.
So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But really, it just seems like you're approving the minutes. You're going to ratify some things. Nothing really crazy tonight. Accepting the resignation of Haley Perro from the Parks and Recreation Committee.
Why do they? It seems like there's never a full committee for Park and Rec.
I don't know, but I did see a post. I saw that Michael Deering was asking that if there were people that were interested in that position to please reach out. And it's a once a month meeting, and there's a new director now, and some great things happening and in the works. And so it'd be great to boost that up and get that going.
In the short time Michelle's been in that position, she's done some good things. She had a really good summer camp that she ran. It's always, I don't know why, it's always been that committee that's had a hard time getting members.
Yeah, I don't know either. It's too bad. I saw that they even have a fall festival coming up.
Oh, she does?
Yeah, I saw that.
Ooh.
So I saw it advertised somewhere. I forget where we shared it. I'm just not able to take it off the top of my head.
Now, you asked me the other day about availability for the odd for some dinosaurs and cookies.
Yes, so
I like cookies.
So, well, me too. And it looked like a super cool event, and it said it was happening up at the auditorium. And somebody shared it. Linda shared it with me, and then I shared it all over because I just thought it was super cool. And then somebody sent me a message and said, "This looks spammy to me. I can't find much information. I can't find much information on their Facebook page, website, da 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 da." And so then I started getting concerned because I looked too, and I couldn't find a lot. It said it was a backup page because their other page had been hacked, and I was like, oh shit, I've blasted this all over, and I've individually sent it to like 20 people, but I had reached out to Nicholas, hadn't heard back from him. I called the city offices, hadn't heard back yet. I asked Tracy. Tracy knew nothing about it, which really made me nervous. When Tracy didn't know, hadn't heard, that made me super nervous. I was like, this is not good. I reached out to both NBC5 and WCAX to see if they knew anything. And then finally, after speaking with you, I was able to speak with Tom Baker. Tom Baker.
Yeah.
And Tom said, at first he said no, and my heart sank. He said nothing. And then he said, oh, wait. Not in the auditorium, but they will be in the parking lot. And so that's why it's not on the auditorium schedule, is because they're not actually occupying the auditorium. They'll be out in the
See, I did find it on their website.
Right. Well, and maybe he put it on there now. Yeah.
Probably.
Because it wasn't, or it was just me and a couple of other people were too dingbat to find it.
Because see, when we set up that scheduling module, it does have the parking lot listed too, but someone must not have, I don't know, maybe they did put it there. I didn't see it at first, and then I found it.
So I'm wondering if it got put on there. But it seems like a really cool event. Michael and I are going to go up for a while. Check it out.
Was it this week?
We'll go live, September 11th. So it looks like a really cool thing.
Thursday.
Cookies are $5 a piece, but I think a family of 6, it said, or 6 people could go in for $25, something like that. But that's basically the admission. You buy a cookie, and then you have admission into this dinosaur massive dinosaur display, which looked super cool.
Yeah.
Like some of them are really animated and stuff. So it'd be good, something good to do, right? Something fun and 9/11 is a really somber day anyway. For a lot of people for a lot of reasons, and we'll remember that also. But this also gives the kids a little bit of time to get out and release some energy. Yeah, we know they have plenty of that.
Like, they had something like that up at Echo a few years ago, because I remember Jordan took the kids up. I think Justin and Victor went too, but yeah, it was something where there was giant dinosaurs and. I might have to check it out.
Linda says that she was on the rec board.
Yes, she was.
She said they could never get anyone to join, and if they did, they didn't show up. So that's
that was
too
back
bad.
when
That's
Stephanie was here. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I knew Linda was on it.
Hopefully that can change. But, and then, of course, there's the CDBG-DR application update. Approve idling policy.
That must be.
What's this
It
about?
must be something
like car idling?
Yeah, and it's probably something that Brad's written into the. Maybe it was Brad that wrote it, but.
It doesn't say. Usually it will say, like something in parentheses, but it doesn't say who's doing that. So, and then the flood resiliency plan update by Amanda. And we must be close to through that.
Yes.
So that, we must be close.
Yep.
To getting through that. Executive session is needed, of course, and then you'll discuss upcoming business. But it doesn't look like it's a super packed, super crazy,
No, it shouldn't.
over the top council meeting with anything. Maybe you'll get out of there by 10 o'clock.
Woohoo!
9:30? 9:30 maybe?
9:30? That'd be
Yeah,
nice.
I mean, 3 hours. You guys could breeze through this in 3 hours, right?
I think I'm going to go to the ribbon cutting at 5 o'clock at Divine Design.
Oh, yes, in downstairs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you been in there at all?
Well, not when it was Divine Design, but I have been downstairs when Posh was there.
Okay.
And of course, they moved up onto Main Street into the old Ormsby building. But I have not been down since.
So
Divine
Posh, weren't they on the main floor to begin with, and then
Yes.
then they
and
moved down?
Then they moved down to the lower level, the basement level. And then Posh sold. They sold the business to Autumn Toro. And she has it now, and she chose to take it out of there and move it up to Main Street into the old Ormsby building. And so, 2 great spaces, and Posh already had their ribbon cutting, and Divine Design, I believe, just recently moved in, maybe at the beginning of or middle of last month. And so, we've been doing lots of ribbon cuttings lately.
Yeah. Are you going?
I probably will go.
I think I'm going to go to this one
It
because
all
I haven't seen
depends.
that part of Blanchard. I saw where Emsley's used to be, but I've never been down into the front part there.
Yeah, it all depends. I have a meeting tonight too, and so I don't know how to really squeeze all of that in. I hope to go though. We'll see. I wanted to go to Vermont Fatherhood, and I didn't get out of the doctors in time. I was really upset about that one.
Yeah.
I really wanted to go to that. Because kudos to him for doing this. I recommend so many people over there, and I think it's such a great thing. So, but there have been a couple lately that I have been to, and I've been able to, and it's just nice to see, and then some I can't make it to.
Yeah.
And tonight it'll all go by the meeting. Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't been down in that part. I went through there when they were during construction, and then right after, right before they opened it. And it's a nice building.
Yeah, it is a nice building. I've only been a couple places inside. And of course, one of them was Delicate Decadence because I had a chocolate chip cookie problem.
Oh, you and me both.
A really
Those
bad
big ones.
chocolate chip cookie problem. They were the best ever. As a matter of fact, I talked to Tim a couple of weeks ago, and
Did you ask for more batter?
He was calling to check in, or he just touched base to see how I was feeling, how things were going, and he said, "Is there anything I can get you?" And I said, "Yep, chocolate chip cookies." And he said, "Okay." I haven't seen him yet, but he said that he would do that. But because all my batter is gone,
Yeah.
and when he got done.
So what's he doing now?
He works for La Panciata. He manages their actual bakery.
Yeah.
And stuff. Yeah, that's what he does.
Oh.
So all bread and that
Yeah.
gooey goodness there. Yeah. Have you haven't had their black olive and garlic loaf? Oh God, to die for. It makes amazing toast. Just saying. Yeah, if you like black olives, but really good stuff. But
Hey, I'm half Lebanese, so that's on the menu.
Yeah, it's amazing. But when he left, I got a bucket.
Yeah, I remember you
of
said
cookie
you
dough.
yeah.
He gave me this bucket and they were already in the form. He wrote the instructions on the top. He oven cooked this long, and I recently, like a couple months ago, finished that dough, and it was the saddest day ever. Like, oh no, it broke my heart. I did not. It took me a long time I knew there was only 2 cookies left in there, and it took me a long time to eat them because I didn't want to eat the last one.
Yeah.
I was like, really, I fought it as long as I could, but then they were just yelling at me.
I used to stop in on my way over to a department head meeting on Tuesday mornings and grab a cookie to go in my coffee.
Oh, I mean, my God, when they were baking, when they were cooking, the whole building, I don't care if you were going up to Optical Expressions, which is the other place I've been, mostly because they do my eyeglasses and stuff. And,
That's where I go too.
I mean, but you would come in the building from the lower level in front of the bookstore, and that's all you could smell. And
Yeah.
I don't care where you went, that's all you could smell is those chocolate chip cookies. Like, oh my God. Yeah. Yeah. I miss them. I missed him. I really do. I miss the bakery. And
Yeah.
do you know he did a potato bar for lunch? He had a baked potato bar. You could go in there, get a baked potato, and put anything you wanted on it.
Really?
And like anything.
I didn't know he had
always
that.
had different toppings, pulled pork, different things like that. I mean, I used to just go and I would tell them lots and lots of butter. You need lots and lots of butter. And I needed bacon bits, sour cream, and cheddar cheese, and like load it up so it's as fattening as possible. A heart attack on a plate's no longer good for me. Gonna need insulin when I leave. I didn't care. But it's like one of my favorite things. And you could go there and get potato for lunch.
I didn't
Just a
know you
baked
did
potato.
that.
Yeah. It was really good. Yeah, I miss him. I miss Delicadecadence. I don't get to see Stacy anymore either. Like every once in a while we'd see Stacy at some of the meetings or whatever, but I haven't got to see them in a long time. I've talked to Tim. You went to their house during the or no, because it wouldn't have been in your ward.
No.
So during election time when we did the pickup, the
Oh,
bulk pickup.
yeah.
So that would have been Eddie's ward.
Yeah,
Eddie
Ward 1.
works. So Eddie would have gone there
Yeah.
because they had a little pickup there because they don't have a truck or anything.
I
And
came here and hauled stuff out from
yeah,
upstairs.
You did. You came here and hauled stuff from outstairs. Yeah, that was a good day.
It was. That was fun.
It was a good day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Had a good time with Johnny.
He's a good shit. There's a good community
It was
member
me
there.
and Johnny and Deering.
Yep. He is always willing to step up to the plate
Yep.
and help out. And even just a couple of weeks ago when we did the overdose awareness vigil, I asked him if he would bring his sound equipment and if he would come and run the board and help. And absolutely, he was right there. He set it all up. He broke it all down. He just we're lucky to have him for sure.
See, I know I was at camp and I saw you had called, and then the first thing I thought, I wonder if they don't have electricity in the gazebo.
Yeah, we didn't. That was the problem. That is exactly why I was calling you. And we had called numerous times. It was a permitted event. Brad was going to be there. Chief Vale was going to be there. He was doing the opening statements, you know, statistics, things like that. And so, but we needed to set up prior to. And so, you know, we were there at 4:30 trying to get everything set up. Michael and I were supposed to be live by 5:30. We never were able to go live until close to 6 o'clock. By the time we got everything moving.
So they find somebody to go in.
Somebody from the fire department came down and got it turned on.
Probably Rube. He knows where the panel
No,
is.
it wasn't Rube.
No?
Because the gentleman that did do it came over and talked to me afterward. You know, because he was wondering, and I had called the day before and talked to somebody, and the day before that and talked to somebody, like, you know, I kept checking, and Chief Vale had done, you know, what he needed to do, and so we thought we were golden. We'd get there, the power would be on, we'd be all set. No. And so then I was immediately having a heart attack because I just wanted everything to go so right that day. It was the first annual, and that immediately I was in heart attack mode. I almost ripped Michael's head off, and like literally, because then it's go time, right? We're focusing. We're already like a half hour, 40 minutes behind. People are texting me saying, "I thought you were starting at 5:30, and we still weren't. We were still running lines and everything." And somebody stopped in the traffic right there at the red light, and they're waving at him and honking and talking to him, and he stops paying attention to what he's doing, and he starts talking to them, and I ripped his head off. I'm like, no, right here. This is what we're doing. You can talk to them later. This is what we're doing. Pay attention. And he did. But yeah, I got pissed because we were late.
Yeah.
And really late. And so I wanted to get going. But, you know, we got power. It all worked out.
Good.
It was fine. It was a great night. It was a beautiful vigil. And I wouldn't, you know, the only thing that I would change is more community members present, more city, you know, affiliation, more city people there for sure.
Yeah.
The police department came out in huge numbers. They did an amazing job. Fire department, EMTs, amazing. Washington County Sheriff's Department. And so it just felt really good to have all those partners there. It was a big deal. And so, yeah, it was a great first event. And I would like to, you know, next year just grow what we're able to bring to you for information and resources to people.
I watched it on my phone. It must have been, was it recorded? Because I don't think I saw it live.
Well, it's always, because when we go live, it stays there for forever. So you can watch it later.
Yeah.
So if you didn't watch it live, you probably just clicked on it later on and watched it.
That's what it was.
So anyway, that's it. That's all we got for today.
That's a good day, though.
Really?
I mean, good start to the week.
I think so. It's a good start to the week. We've had, you know, again, thank you to Chief Vale and for finally speaking out. And now let's get some community members doing the same and doing what we got to do to make it happen. And stand behind these guys.
Yep.
So, yeah.
So Thursday night, dinosaurs and cookies.
Thursday night, dinosaurs and cookies. Sounds good to me.
Yeah. Cookies sounds good.
Yeah. You are the cookie monster, so cookies always sound good to you. So, I mean, me too. If they're chocolate chip cookies from Tim, you know, I'm all in. Absolutely. So, take care, everybody. Have a great week. We'll see you on Thursday at noon.
Enjoy the weather. It's supposed to be nice for a few days.
Yes, yes, and we'll see you. We'll see you at noon on Thursday. But check out the girls tonight. No, not tonight, because they did a show. So I don't believe they're going to be coming in again this week. They did a show last night instead. But probably because the game schedules have gotten crazy. And so
Oh, yeah.
now probably they'll be changing it up a little more. I'll talk to Lori about that. But we'll be here on Thursday at noon. Michael and I will be here with you Thursday night. And that's it for the week, unless something else crazy happens and we decide to grab a mic and jump in, which you never know, it could happen.
That's right.
Or we'll be somewhere and think that we got to go live for some reason. Michael is going to be working at Yipes next. So everybody saw him being a waiter over at Tasty Bites. He will be working at Yipes next for 2 hours.
So is he doing the, what is it, the
Helping out
cutouts? Is that what he's doing? Or
Huh?
is he doing the cutouts? Or
I don't know what he's going to do.
what did he
I
call
don't-
it though when they pull
Weeding.
Weeding.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
what. Some people call it picking, some people call it
All right.
weeding, and so that I don't know if that's what he'll be doing, but he'll be giving 2 hours of his time to Yipes, and he's going to do that at each one of our sponsors. I think he's even going to try to bartend one night. We'll see. We'll see. As long as he doesn't cut hair over at Posh, we're good. So have a great week, folks. Thanks for joining us. Have fun. Have a good day. Get out and enjoy the sunshine if you can.